Right friends, welcome back to 10th module of True False, and in this series we are concluding with the 10 modules. Maybe sometime later we may extend it, but for the time being we decided 12 modules for questions and answers, 10 modules for True False, 12 modules for abbreviations, and lectures will go on up to 30 modules. So this is the total framework we decided this year for this banking awareness, which makes total 64 modules instead of 60 modules. We have already completed questions and answers 12 modules, and abbreviations will go on up to 12. Then True False will be total 10 modules and lectures will be total 30 modules. That is the scheme of thing for this year for banking awareness. Please don't forget. Look into the first sentence. Daman and Diu is the union territory, absolutely correct, but with the least population in India is wrong. Daman and Diu is the union territory, but the least population among the union territories is Lakshadweep. In fact, Lakshadweep is the union territory. If you look into the states also, Lakshadweep is having the least population in our country among all the union territories and states, with a population of just 64,429. Please don't forget. Look into the next sentence. Anyonya Cooperative Bank in India is the first in the cooperative sector. Absolutely right sentence. Anyonya Cooperative Bank in India is the first in the cooperative sector, and it is in Gujarat, right? Issue and cancellation of licenses of cooperative banks rests with NABARD. Absolutely wrong. The issue and cancellation of licenses for cooperative banks lies with the Reserve Bank of India. NABARD has got no power, but some supervisory powers are given to NABARD because these cooperative banks are vested with rural development and agriculture is the main portfolio for their operations. Because of this, certain guidelines are given or supervisory functions are given to NABARD, but issue and cancellation of license primarily rests with Reserve Bank of India. Please don't forget. For purchasing Kisan Vikas Patras, KYC is required. Absolutely right. Know your customer norms are required for purchasing Kisan Vikas Patras. At the same time, PAN is not mandatory as per the initial instructions given. These instructions were given long back during the year, somewhere in 2014. Right? So the given sentence is correct. For purchasing Kisan Vikas Patras, know your customer is required, but the permanent account number or PAN number issued by Income Tax Department is not mandatory. Look into the next one. At present, interest subvention is given for crop loans and house loans. Absolutely wrong. Now, interest subvention is being given by the central government to crop loans because farmers are getting at 7%. In crop loans, farmers are getting at 7% interest up to rupees 3 lakhs per annum, and government is giving interest subsidy. But for house loans, for vehicle loans, for corporate loans, no interest subsidy is given by Government of India. Government may give some interest subvention, sometime for export credit, for solar mission, maybe for self-help groups, but not for these type of loans, house loans, these corporate loans. These do not enjoy the facility of interest subvention. Interest subvention is given by central government for the projects where there is some social concern is there. Exports of services are sometimes known as invisible exports. Absolutely right sentence. Physical goods exports is visible with the naked eye. Physical goods exports are visible with the naked eye. If you export this component, you can see something that is being exported, but software exports are not seen with the naked eye. They are not goods physically. That's why they are called invisible exports. The given sentence is right. IGIDR and IDRBT What is IGIDR? Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research. This is situated in Mumbai. And IDRBT is Institute for Development and Research in Banking Technology, that is situated in Hyderabad. So please correct this sentence. These two institutions were established by Reserve Bank of India. This IGIDR is in Mumbai and IDRBT is in Hyderabad. Please don't forget. The bond markets and the stock markets are considered as capital markets. Absolutely right. Bond markets. This is long-term debt market. People are borrowing money, somebody is lending money. That is a debt market. Or you can say bond market. Company will issue debentures, governments will issue bonds, borrow money from the public. That is a debt market. And equity market. Both debt and equity. Equity means shareholding. You are becoming part owner of a company. That is equity. And debt markets and equity markets both together comes under capital markets. Please don't forget. And the given sentence is absolutely right. ECGC is mainly responsible for empowering micro, small and medium enterprises in India. Absolutely wrong. SIDBI is the right organization for empowering micro, small and medium enterprises, whereas ECGC is Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, established in the year 1957, subsequent to TC Kapoor Committee recommendations, basically to look at the risks associated with exports. So ECGC is different, SIDBI is different. SIDBI is mainly concerned about micro, small and medium enterprises. So please correct the sentence. NPCI was established, National Payments Corporation of India. In the 9th module, we discussed NPCI was established by 10 core promoter banks so as to consolidate and integrate multiple payment systems. These multiple payment systems must be integrated, and with that view, this NPCI was established and it is doing its purpose well. And please don't forget the RuPay card. The Indian version of Visa or MasterCard is devised by National Payments Corporation of India, and RuPay card got its opportunity with the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, right? The decadal growth rate of population between 2001 to 2011 is 17.64%. Absolutely correct. 17.64%. Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel Prize winner, is associated with the microcredit. Pioneer in microcredit in Bangladesh, Muhammad Yunus was credited with development of microfinance institutions and was credited with the empowerment of women with the microcredit, and it became the benchmark almost across the world. Given sentence is absolutely right. The customers, by opening and investing in the tax saver deposit account, there is one account, tax saver deposit account. In this account, there are some income tax exemptions under Income Tax Act. Your deposit rates may be less, but you will be exempted from paying income tax based on the rules and regulations under Income Tax Act. So the rules are liberalized. If you are investing in tax saver deposit account, the interest rate will be less, but you need not pay income tax subject to certain limits. Look into the next one. Resident Indians who returned from foreign land can hold foreign currency through RFC account. RFC is a resident foreign currency account. You are returning from foreign land and you may have intention to go after some time, or you may have some foreign currency transactions to be undertaken when you are staying in India. That's why resident Indians who return from foreign land are allowed to operate resident foreign currency account. Please don't forget. If Ramesh transfers the check by endorsement to Rajesh, Ramesh is the endorser and Rajesh is the endorsee. If I am transferring my check through endorsement to Mahesh. If I am transferring check to my friend Mahesh, I am the endorser and my friend will be the endorsee. That means checks can be transferred by endorsement, right? SARFAESI Act 2002 is applicable when the outstanding of rupees 10 lakh, absolutely wrong. For the bad loans, this SARFAESI Act is normally used to recover bad loans, and for recovering bad loans, the SARFAESI Act is applicable when the outstanding amount is rupees 1 lakh and above. Please correct the sentence. When the outstanding is rupees 1 lakh and above, and the outstanding should be more than 20% of the total principal and interest, these two conditions are to be met. SARFAESI Act is applicable for banks and financial institutions, but not applicable for NBFCs. The second thing is, SARFAESI Act is applicable when the outstanding amount is rupees 1 lakh and above, and at the same time the outstanding should be more than 20% of the total principal and interest. Right? Look into the next one. The governing council for BCSBI is constituted by Reserve Bank of India. Absolutely right sentence. This Banking Codes and Standards Board of India, self-regulatory body for the banking industry, and it was established based on Tarapur Committee recommendations. It was established as a society under Societies Act 1860, and the third point is its governing council will be nominated or constituted by Reserve Bank of India. Please don't forget. Under Kisan Credit Card Scheme, collateral security is not needed for loans up to rupees 1 lakh. Please correct the sentence. Under Kisan Credit Card Scheme, collateral security is not required when the farmer is taking loan up to rupees 1 lakh. Please correct the sentence. No collateral under Kisan Credit Card up to rupees 1 lakh. Please correct this sentence. International Monetary Fund was conceived on June 22, 1944 and came into existence on December 27, 1945. Absolutely right. This International Monetary Fund and World Bank, these two are the institutions conceived during the Bretton Woods Conference subsequent to Second World War, and this IMF was established on December 27, 1945. Look into the next one. Subprime lending is the loan given to the borrower when the bank gives the loan to the borrower who is not creditworthy. When a bank gives to a borrower who is not creditworthy, no regular income, and this type of subprime lending is the biggest problem in foreign countries, especially Western countries. 2008 crisis was primarily due to subprime lending to the borrowers who do not have proper creditworthiness. That was the problem in the year 2008, where the entire world financial system collapsed because of subprime lending. Especially it was triggered in the Western society. So the given sentence here is absolutely correct. Look at the next one. PPIs, prepaid payment instruments, are being allowed to be issued both by banks as well as non-banking companies also. This prepaid payment instruments, Airtel Money, M-Pesa, like that. There are several organizations issuing these prepaid payment instruments. And these digital wallets, loosely called, can be issued by banks or non-banks, and the given sentence is absolutely correct. SEBI is a constitutional body. Absolutely wrong. SEBI is a statutory body. When a body is created based on the constitutional provisions, if you look at Election Commission, if you look at the Finance Commission, these are all constitutional bodies. But if you look at the Securities and Exchange Board of India, this is established based on act passed by the Parliament. So these are statutory bodies, right? And please don't forget, Unique Identification Authority of India is executive body, right? It is neither statutory nor constitutional body. So please correct this sentence. SEBI is a statutory body. The contract in insurance is known as indemnity. Absolutely right sentence. In the insurance sector, the contract between insurer and the insured is known as indemnity. Look at the last sentence. Portfolio management of high net worth individuals. Advice with regard to mergers and acquisitions, debt and equity underwriting of companies. These are all undertaken by investment banks. The main purpose of investment banks is managing the money of high net worth individuals, managing the money of rich persons in this country, and mergers and acquisitions. One company wants to acquire another company, then debt and equity underwriting of companies. While companies are going for debt or equity, then the document is to be prepared, that is underwriting, and these are all executed by investment banks, please don't forget. So friends, with this let us conclude this series of true false. With these 10 modules we are concluding here. Maybe sometime later we may start, but for the time being these 10 modules form part of this true false series in banking awareness. Learning Space hopes that you enjoyed all these lectures of Learning Space and have a nice day. Thank you.